Hello, my name is Peng Wang. In this PowerPoint, I will introduce the analysis and recommendations about the energy and utility sector in UK. As shown in this content, this PowerPoint is divided into 5 parts. Now let's turn to the first part. The first part is about the current status of the energy and utility companies in UK. From the left bar chart, it shows that in 2017, the turnover of 20 companies were almost in a negative state except for 3 companies. According to the Energy Information Administration, during next decade, the revenue growth on the energy and utility sector will continue to be low about 2 years at least. All in all, as far as these companies are concerned, the key problem is how to innovate the commodity and service so that they can meet consumers' demands and get a handsome profit in turn. Moreover, based on this aspect and combined with operating models and future trends, data analytics and intelligence will assist firms which are in the same sector to develop a sophisticated capability in real-time business model, such as merger and acquisition, partnership, and so on. In the operating model slide, it primarily tells us 4 parts in the energy and electricity supply chain. For example, if in a large area, the electricity will be generated by a large power station and the energy supply is always about buying electricity from the wholesale market and selling them to customers. Here it shows us 4 factors that will motivate the future development in the same sector. For example, smart home devices and people's health and safety awareness. The second part refers to data and diagrams. In this section, it will mainly present 6 variables which are collected from the annual financial report of 20 energy and utility firms to indicate the variety that happened from 2010 to 2017. First, in the first variable table, turnover tends to increase gradually within the same period. However, as data shown in 2017, 2 companies happened to be deficit. Second, in terms of profit before taxation, it shows us that not all the companies can get a prosperous development with an effective surplus, because in the second variable diagram, there are 4 companies always losing money, like ADF Energy Customers Limited and so on. Third, according to the Return Capital Employed and Shareholders Fund, people can find that the energy and utility section is a high-risky industry due to that they cannot get a steady return after investment by calculating relevant ratios. Fourth, taking credit ratio and number of employees into consideration. Unlike Spark Energy Supply Limited, money firms are able to keep a balance between their liabilities and current assets and expand their company's scales with time passing by. In this table, I list the top 20 firms after investigation, and in the third and fourth part, I will take some companies from here as examples to analyze. For instance, from this dashboard, we can see that OVO energy companies' consistent expansion of effective revenue due to the number of employees and gross profit increased gradually from 2011 to 2017. What is more, in the following line chart, it describes that energy prices tend to be fluctuated in different time. In this way, it also implies that a person who plans to invest in this sector should dare to take risks. The third part will talk about statistics, computing, and description. As right ratio chart calculated by Ops Energy, we can identify how this company operated during the past 4 years, especially whether this company can keep balance between the debt and current assets. For example, from here we can see that the current ratio and gearing ratio both go down. However, they represent this company's financial ability became weak because it got less current assets comparing its liabilities. On the contrary, the data of its debt was smaller than that of its equity, means that as the company was still able to go further in the future. In this long chart, it's glad that every year National Grid gives its shareholders enough fund return beyond their expectation. What's more, after 2013, the TSR level was higher than the FTSE 100 index, which means that the firms developed well and accumulated a larger profit recent years. In the fourth part, it will discuss the relationship among the variables. In this chart, I just take a utility as an example. According to these two diagrams, we can get that the company every year made a great trade and earned some money as well, while its current rate and returns on capital employed decreased together, which implies that the company is in a positive status based on its original accumulated funds. And combined for the variables in this chart, it reflects that if they want to expand its business, the company has to draw up a more effective strategic plan to carry out. As far as I'm concerned, in energy and the utility sector, although financial data plays an important role in business analytics, people also should take account of data which is relevant with customer satisfaction. Due to that, all customers and all services will finally be bought by consumers. Okay, let's look at this fifth part, recommendations and summary together. According to business analytics and intelligence, the right dashboard reflects that the competition all over the world is fierce, and the biggest market share occupied by European firms in the same sector. Thus, based on analysis above, any one of 20 companies in UK who want to explore new markets can exclude a European region, but can cooperate with them to accelerate its own development by merger and acquisition, partnership, and so on. While overview the whole PowerPoint, we can summarize that for the prospect of the energy and the utility firms, they should innovate constantly because when competing with new entrants and tech-ones, advanced technology, safe product, and quality services are main factors that can support them to go further. In terms of business analytics and the intelligence and the situation of globalization, decision makers should not only rely on the data in a narrow field, but also cultivate sophisticated thinking and use the business intelligence to build an effective database so that they can avoid risks to a large extent. Here, all the references that I used to expand this analysis. That's all. Thank you.